and welcome. This is Talk to SSBC, where we discuss cross-cutting issues. Today I am glad to be joined by Honorable Dr. Wek Mamer Kuol, the Deputy Chair of South Sudan Joint Border Commission. Today we are going to talk about the South Sudan Coat of Arms. Dr. Mamer was the one who initiated the idea. Dr. Mamer also wrote a lot of books, about 7 books. He will explain to us all the titles of the books. Welcome to Talk to SSBC, Dr. Mamer Kuol.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. To start with, if you can share briefly the background of Dr. Mamer Kuol, who is he?
Okay, Dr. Mamer Kuol, first of all, let me take the opportunity to welcome you to this pleasant house.
Thank you.
And also say Merry Christmas, belated Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. We you the best in 2023.
Thank you.
Dr. Mamer, my full name is Wek Mamer Kuol. Originally from Warab State, term of location, geographical location. Then area of birth, I was born in area called now Ton East particularly. And then my background in terms of education, did my primary school in Abagog itself, and then intermediate in Ton, high school in Adbara in northern Sudan. Like then that was a system. About 200 students from South Sudan were taken from South here to go and study in the northern northern provinces by then. And then at that time they called them northern regions. And then after that I joined the movement early, and then after that I went to did my studies in abroad. Did law, and did postgraduate law, and also I did a different study altogether, different degree in different field. And I did also postgraduate in the same field. So I have 2 fields, field of law and developmental studies and social work.
That's very great. Yeah. What is Dr. Mamer Kuol doing currently?
Currently, I'm a member of parliament and took my time also to teach. I've been teaching at the University of Juba since 2012. Part-time basis, and later, after being relieved from the ministry, so I joined them, so I'm teaching there. And also I have a portfolio that was assigned to me by His Excellency the President as a deputy chair of the Joint Border Commission. That is the part and parcel of the cooperation agreement, and cooperation agreement is the baby of CPA to deal with our outstanding issues. CPA, and I'm a member of parliament.
Okay, that's a very great profile, in fact. Coming back to the point of the coat of arms, how did you come up with the idea of the coat of arms, the South Sudan coat of arms?
Thank you very much. The idea of coat of arms, initially the genesis of it started after signing the self-determination by the current president, our president, Salva Kiir. So I came to convince myself that South Sudan now is going to succeed.
When was that? When did you start coming up with
I came up with the idea earlier, 2003.
2003, you were sure that South Sudan was going
to
succeed?
Even in this book, at the time that I wrote this book.
Okay.
And if you read it in Arabic, you may get some here in this book in relation to idea that government of Sudan must honor the self-determination, because it's something that's settled in the mind and the heart of South Sudanese, so there is no way.
Yeah.
So it must be implemented, and I know that the consequence will be secession. And that time that I wrote this book, South Sudan and Question of Identity. University Sudan, ومسألة الهوية. So this is what I wrote in Arabic, that's my first book that I wrote. So now, after that, we were having also a concert, jazz band, that we, to protect the culture and the rest of our people.
Yes.
At the time that I was a student, I was doing my master's degree in abroad in Canada. Then after that, I came up with this and I gave it to somebody to design it, to help me. I can draw, I know drawing, I was good.
You are an artist.
I was very excellent when I was in primary to high school.
Okay.
But after high school, of course, I was doing different fields altogether. And at the same time, I compose songs.
That's great.
Yeah, and I write the articles and the rest of it. So I'm good in that field. So, but the idea is to prepare the ground, what will be the outcome of the referendum. If it is left freely for South Sudanese people to choose, they will choose secession. And if it is twisted, and then we will end up with a war. So we have to prepare for two scenarios, the best and the worst.
Yeah. So what happened after when you had the idea?
Did
you present this idea to the government?
Yeah, of course. I'm coming to the genesis of it.
Yes.
What happened, there was one day, as I said, prepare, and then I came from Khartoum. We went to Addis for negotiation with Sudan, as I said, for implementation, and then I came back. And at the time I was still in Khartoum, a state minister, on our card as PLM. And then it happened one day, I came to brief our leadership, so I went to the office of the president, and then after that I went to the office of the vice president. And I was having this written form in my computer. So roughly. And then it happened, he was sitting there, vice president, and then General Alfred, and then Adoniawa was there. So I came and I greeted them and I said, and after that, Gore was there, General Gore was talking with them, and then I saw something, a slide. It was a rhino, like they call it out, runaway jamus, buffalo. The slide. So it caught my attention. So I said, Your Excellency, this one I have idea, but this animal is very stupid. Just a buffalo. And he said, how? I said, buffalo, first of all, is stupid and dirty. Because in my early young age, I saw something, and also during the struggle, when I learned, we were just walking close to near Tumurai here. So we ran to this. So the head of the buffaloes were just running. The big one decided to hide in the dust. So that is hiding, but it's very obvious. So one of my comrades shot the buffalo. Said, this one is very stupid. So I stopped and I said, don't kill so many of them. So I said, this animal is very stupid. It's another hide in the dust. That one. Number two, when it passed out, instead of cleaning and started, they just decided to wrap the body with the dead things. So it doesn't have a smart thinking. So it's not that intelligent. And I said, I have a proposal. He said, what? I said, eagle. An eagle. And then I defended it.
How did you defend it?
I defended it.
Why did you choose the eagle?
First of all, came out from the womb of the SPLM. And SPLM and SPLA has vision, very clear, you can see things clearly. And this vision is not seen, is something within our heart, believe in something. So that vision took us from where we were and to the day that we were talking. Eagle can see from far.
Yeah.
So whatever you cannot see, you can fly far, and you can see down things. And you can catch the fish in the river down there. And it's very far it comes. And it has the power that South Sudanese has when they are united. And at the same time, it's very clean. It's very clean.
Yeah.
That eagle, it happened, that's what I told His Excellency Victoria, who is here now. You can interview him, he will tell you.
Yeah, sure.
So I said, even the fish, if the fish become dirty, eagle will not eat it. Eagle knows how to feed its kids.
Yeah.
Can go and look for food by all means and bring it.
Yes.
Eagle knows how to protect its own territory and the family, its own family. So no one bird can tamper with.
Yeah.
It will fight to death. So and then I convinced with a lot of things, and I said you are witness because you are young age, you witness all these things. You cannot see eagle eating the fish fall down. If the fish is down, it will not pick it again to eat it.
So in short, you decided to choose the eagle just because of its vision. It is very clean.
Clean and also power. The power.
Yes.
Can protect. That is what we need. And also in terms of economics, viability, it can do so to make sure that it keeps prosper. And the one aspect is health, prosperity, and also just you cannot just go and attack other birds for no good reason.
Yeah. So based on this explanation, are South Sudanese living up to these characteristics of the eagle?
Well, there are these characteristics that you mentioned are reflected in the basic document of South Sudanese.
Yeah.
Because whether it is culture or the way of living or the way of managing our affairs are in our document, are in the constitution. And that constitution is the mother of our laws that reflect our own image, who we are.
Yeah.
So is that. But different comes in because no good law can make you good. Implementation matters.
Yes.
Interpretation of it and implementation. So as human, of course, things are moving well to me, but something within us can distort our goodness sometimes. And this something that can distort goodness of humanity, it can be changed. That's why even the laws are amended and changed. So we are okay. South Sudan is a good country. People of South Sudanese people are very good. But something within us that tries sometimes to distort this image and all these things can be changed, can be solved. We are human beings. We are terrible animals sometimes if we misbehave, but we are good animals who can do good things to our own self. Yeah. And that exactly reflects our image. We survive historically. South Sudanese people passes through a different era with different problems, different challenges. They overcome all these challenges, including the last war that we fought.
Yeah. So what happens, or what happened after when you convinced them? They got the idea.
When I convinced, Victor asked me to write it, put in writing. Said, bring it. And then when I wrote it, this one, I wrote it fully, and I brought it with a scratch, draw. Then I gave him this one, so he read it. He said, okay, that's very good. Now, you look for artists to help you with this design, because my design, it was not like the wing were up. And I have a reason for it. But of course, everything is subject to amendment. The reason is that now this we are starting from now, and we are shooting, going up, to reach the world where they are, in terms of prosperity, in terms of everything, in terms of military capability, because all these are reflected in English. So that's why I decided we are flying. We are not just trying to fly, but it was amended later. So I gave him this one. So what he did, he called his supporting staff, protocol person. Then had him. Said, you help Molana call this guy. As it was one person, original from a wing.
Which year was that when you gave this proposal to
that after a result, not independent yet.
The results of the
referendum, because I was also involved with this. As I said, I was a chair of the task force number 4, handling with the referendum. Task force number 4 is dealing with northern 15 state of northern Sudan and abroad. So the conduct of the referendum in northern Sudan and abroad, that was my responsibility. And I was having a lot of support based on the mobilization. And you have to use your own characteristics and the way you maneuver, because it's a challenging thing. So, and thank God that we managed. And I thank my leadership, particularly the president and the SPLM leadership, they supported me. So, stood with me. Other than that, would have, even my life, I would have not been survived, because it was very challenging.
That was during the referendum?
During the conduct of referendum, including the laws, because the amendment of the laws, our president stood with me and the leadership of the SPLM. Because in order to keep them engaged, to amend the laws in accordance with the CP and also the constitution, the new constitution that was adopted to govern us during the interim period. So we have to change the laws to conform with the constitution, but there was a huge resistance from our partners in peace. That by the way we managed, we maneuver with it. So after that, he then had him to call that person. That person came and then he said, I left my equipment in Khartoum. But later I discovered that he was planning also to apply. So after that I took this one. Committee was not formed yet. And then committee later was formed to handle these issues, the issues of coat of arms and medals and ribbon and the rest. So that committee was established. So I came and I submitted this to them. After submission, I left. I went back to Khartoum. That was based on my work. I usually come and consult with my leadership here, and then later I go back. So after that, we continued like that until announcement was made. So when announcement was made, I submitted this to them. And then, now, what happened next? I was, as I failed with the first attempt, I was supposed to be supported. Before leaving to Khartoum, actually, I went to the office of the president, because this is our office. I was part of that office, because I was the state minister in the presidency by then, and being subject to him, because he's the one who appointed me actually, and then I was implemented by Bashir to make an appointment.
Let us go for a short break. When we come back, you will tell us whether you have earned something or you have been rewarded for this idea that you came up with. You will tell us later.
Thank you.
Viewer, we are going for a short break. Please don't go away. Hello viewer, welcome back from that short break. We are still talking about the coat of arms with Honorable Dr. Wek Mamer Kuol. Welcome back from that short break. Welcome back, Honorable.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, as we were discussing about the coat of arms, you tell us, after all your idea you came up with, you went up until you sold it to the management of the country. They agreed. What happened after that? Were you rewarded about this?
Before coming to the reward, just if you don't mind, let me add something.
Please.
So, this is where other people came in.
Yes.
So after that, after leaving here, because the first person turned the offer on that is busy and they left his things in Khartoum. So I went back to Khartoum. In Khartoum, there is a Madukura guy. He's a very excellent artist. I asked. Then one of the office supporters said there is a very good person there. I said, okay. So I went to him. I said, can you design this for me? I gave him the design that I had, just a sketch, just the pencil. I want this one. And then he looked at it, and then, okay, what do you want to do with this one? I said, do it.
Yeah.
Is it Sogurjadian? I said, no, it's not Sogurjadian. There are a lot of birds. You do it. So now, I left it with him and said, okay, come within 3 days.
Yeah.
But the third day when I came, I was coming, that was a Thursday. I was coming from Council of Ministers. Then I passed through him.
Yeah.
In there, I found him sitting with the other 3 people. These are security guys.
Yeah.
So they wanted to, I think, after getting called from me that I'm coming, I think these people were there. So they want to know what is this. I said, okay, if you are not ready to do it, because it is a contract, gentleman agreement.
Yeah.
You do it, I pay you money.
Yeah.
If you say 3 days, 3 days didn't do it, bring my things. I took them and I left.
Yeah.
He
didn't do anything?
No, he didn't do anything. Because I think he's a nationalist against the society of South Sudan.
South Sudan,
Yeah. So I left. And then, after that, I started talking about this. I said, I'm looking for somebody to help me because I was extremely busy with implementation of all these arrangements. Then, one of the support staff, one of the office managers, is the office manager actually, he has a friend, Sholane. And then he said, I have a friend, and then he tried to solve his expertise to me. And I said, do you know him? He said, I know him. I said, okay, let us do it.
Yeah.
But again, now as I said, I was the chair of the task force of the South Sudan task force referendum. He recommended this person to me also to come and be a photographer.
Yeah.
For referendum. So I appointed him. I asked my young one, he was the executive director in the office of the first vice president, and also he was working with me within this context of the referendum.
Yes.
So, and I appointed key staff to help me, and also FPLM cadres were recruited to help me. We trained so many of them because it's very dangerous things, and we told them, you don't expose yourself at your risk because you will be slaughtered. So be careful.
Yeah.
So we trained them or deployed them secretly.
Yeah.
So to do this work. So I recruited him. Even I have a photo that he took with me in my computer here.
Yeah.
So he worked with us, and after that, he said he will do it. So he brought something in order to be convinced that he can do a good job. He brought something like a tattoo, and he made something to come and show me. I said, okay. But I look at him, my profession, plus my other thing, profession, it helped me always to assess somebody
very fast.
Very fast.
Yeah.
So I was looking at him and making an assessment. body language and the way he react and the way he look and all these things. I said, okay, we'll give you this work to do.
Yeah.
But I thought about something. I said I will not give it to him alone. So I
You
had
need a witness or somebody to.
somebody.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of support from the office. So and after that we agreed that he will come and hand it over. So we came and met in Utana, and he came. But I handed this over to him in presence of Mayan Ward,
Yeah.
Honorable Mayan Ward.
Mhm.
Maulana Mayan is here. And then Gumbol
Mhm.
is here. And then Ambassador Kondokagot
Mhm.
is here. And then the person that who connected him with me,
Yeah.
Dr. Matway, is here. We were 5 plus him.
Yeah.
So I sat here, and by then I was preparing also to travel to Addis. I was going to Baghdad. So here is the things. For simple reason, is to be those people to be my witness.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I gave it to him in front of them. Now, after that, he came here. Actually, it was given ticket to come here.
To Juba.
To Juba, he came here. And then he was employed by one of the news of Masir. So I respect him because I knew his father. I respect his father. His father is a good person. I know his father when I was in primary school. So, and then his brother also came to me that he wanted to be part of the presidency. I knew him through the brother, but the person who recommended him is his friend, Dr. Mutwe.
Yeah.
So, and he's a witness, he can interview him, he will tell you what happened.
Yeah.
So after that, we came here, and I said, and then I got another person also. He's an from Eritrea.
Mhm.
I gave him
An artist also.
an artist. I gave him money. I said, this is my idea, do it. So he designed it one for me.
Okay.
And he designed it. I said, okay, put the star in the middle here, and then here the flag of South Sudan, and here justice, peace, and equality around here. So then I gave him money by that. Yeah, I gave him 15,000 by then. 15,000.
SSB.
As I see by then, it was
Sudan pound. Sudan pound, right?
It was by then Sudan pound.
Sudan
15,000.
Yes. That was a lot of money.
Lot of money, of course.
That was a lot of
If you go to the bank rate, maybe about going to about 9,000 to
Yes,
10,000.
that's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
by then. Yeah.
So who designed the last product?
Your last product is coming to this field.
Yeah.
Last product, after that, the designing, and then I was traveling to Addis.
Mhm.
So we have a meeting, we were called for a meeting
Yeah.
to discuss all this in home and away. Then I went there,
Yeah.
and the whole team was sitting there. So I came and I was sitting, and I was traveling the same day
Yeah.
to Addis. So then I took a permission. I took a permission. I said I'm traveling, going for a national duty.
Yeah.
In case if anything need my attention, sure can tell me. So I was given a permission to leave by then.
Yeah.
So by then there was a good number. These are people who applied by then.
Mm.
But Mr. Isaac Kenyi and also Professor Leong and the rest were there. So then I left. Now we have their own comments on the matter.
Yeah.
They say no, this design need to be changed. After a scrutiny, first of all they have to scrutinize, do a scrutiny, and then settle on certain,
Elements.
proposals.
Yes.
Proposals.
Mhm.
Some were dismissed, some were taken to compete. So then, in Addis I called actually, but they will say, they will tell us their comment.
Yeah.
Then I went to Khartoum. Then I talked to Chol. Then Chol said they want us to change. But I came. Then I came to Juba here, I was lodging in Numili Logistics. And with him and myself, Chol and myself, we went to Sahara to go and redesign this one, to tell me the comment. So I have to tell him, do this way, do this way, do this way, do this way. So this is what the one.
This I can see different designs.
These are different. They passes through so many. This is what he presented, and then these people said no, it must be changed.
Yeah.
So this is what the Chol did. So it must be changed. First of all, you can see here my initial proposal.
This one.
Is it under the right hand?
Yes.
So and then he went and changed it to the left hand.
To the left, yeah.
So these people rejected that one, said they don't want this must be turned this way, go this way.
Yeah.
So he told me, I said, okay, let it come back this
Yeah.
way. This one. Because being
This one.
this one, there are a lot of contributions. This one is not a work of one person. So the committee that was appointed, they have a lot of contribution into this. So and I thank them for their contribution.
For all their efforts, yeah.
They did a lot of effort, panel of judges.
Yes.
They did a lot of effort. And the staff from the Ministry of Culture and Heritage also contributed a lot. Contributed a lot.
Yes.
Made a lot of contribution. Of course, and I have been in contact with them, and that, and then after that, the final product came out. You could see the list of the members. These are report of the finalists.
Yes.
Yeah, these are report. So those who submitted their version term of competition, there are so many. There are about 30, about 30 people.
Yeah.
So I'm here, Honorable Wek Mamer Kuol, and this is the list. This is the report. I have it.
Okay.
And then this is the what I gave them.
Yeah.
So actually the one that defeated everything is the argument. Writing. It's not just a beautiful drawing. You know, this is the idea.
It's just only the idea.
The idea first.
The meaning of the whole thing.
The meaning of the whole thing you must defend it.
Yes.
And after that, you look for somebody to design.
Correct.
Now, what happened? Let us go back to the law things. What happened? Like you sell, if we agree on something, I said, help me, and you agree. That is called an agreement.
Agreement, yes.
And it's not written, it is a gentleman agreement with some people. But I have to do some service to you.
Yes, you have to commit yourself.
I commit myself.
Yeah.
So if you jump out from that one, that would be considered what? As violation and an agreement, and at the same time a betrayal.
Yeah.
I've been keeping quiet for all this along. After that, when the announcement was made intentionally,
Yeah.
The committee recognized that, and then I was approached by them. So and then we met again. Then they said this one was wrong. You are the one who invented it.
Yes.
You are mine here. So again, Chol, myself, and those who were present by then, we came together.
Yeah.
Plus members from the panel, 2. We met in Numili Logistics. That was July. I remember July.
Yeah.
Met in Numili Logistics, and then we talked. So, but he was asked why this one, but he said, I'm sorry for that, you deserve this one. This is your
idea.
intellectual invention, that's yours. Then, this letter that was written to the Ministry of Culture and used by him, this one. So I have copy in front of these people.
Yeah.
So now that's the whole thing. Coming to the reward, people of South Sudan, there are people who pay dearly, including their life.
Yeah.
They put their life in front line for the liberation of this country. So myself, I'm not looking for reward, financial interest. That's my contribution to the nation. I've done a lot for the nation. Like my colleagues have done a lot. Some were killed in the front line, fighting. Some sustained a lot of injuries. We have so many wounded heroes around. And then now, this is what we are doing. It's just thing to associate with our own character as a nation, and reflection of our vision as SPLM. That's why I've chosen Eagle. No, so I didn't want a financial reward. I don't want that one.
So you just
I am happy that we are independent.
Yeah.
We did it. We celebrated. And you remember even that day of celebration, I cried until I collapsed because of happiness. And you cannot see me in the photos. And I should be visible there because well, I was a key person playing in this thing. I was assigned by my leadership to play my part. So I did actually. But I was so happy. And I went home dancing, very happy. So what I need is just freedom in South Sudan. But not financial. I lost so many in my family.
How did you get this kind of heart? Because in South Sudan, majority of the leaders, after independence or after the liberation, all of them, I think, they are into money more than the service for the nation. And you here, you're saying you are not looking forward for any reward. Why are you thinking so? Why are you so different?
It depends. Some, as I said, some paid their life, including my own younger brother. In this war of liberation, my own close relative lost so many. Some soldiers, officers, and the rest. So many in the family. Are they going to be rewarded? The reward is this soil. The reward is prosperity of South Sudanese people. The reward is peace, stability. The reward is making sure that people are happy, meeting their basic need. So, but coming to my own personal thing, I don't know for my own interest than the rest. People are created differently. And it is also the way people are brought up in the family. If you meet my brothers who are still alive, some have been killed during the wartime. Last one was killed in Kawaita here, the second fight of Kawaita. So if we meet here and we have a food here, putting in front of us, you could see where each one of us, please take first. This is where we were brought up. Nobody has two stomach to feed. Nobody has two stomach to feed. We are human beings, we have the same feeling, we have the same need. So since we have the same need, you don't need to be hostile to get what you want.
Yes.
It doesn't serve a good purpose. You need to be nice people, that serve, because we are social animals. We need human being connection, be connected together. But nobody has two stomach to feed. You cannot grab from here and from there, from here and from there. We are human beings. Your need and your needs. So, and my needs are my needs. So what we need is equalization of what we have. And we have to adhere to our own culture, spirit of caring. Caring, we are a caring society. And that one need to be protected, not to be distorted. In our own culture, nobody can go without food while you have something. We share. But other influence can distort our way of life.
Thank you so much for this. I hope that South Sudan will remember you for the great work that you have done regarding the coat of arms. Coming to you as being a writer, you have written almost, you said earlier on, about 7 books?
Yes, I wrote 7 books. And I wrote 3 scientific articles, and the other one was shared co-writer with others, being a major writer in that. And
what motivates you to write books?
Well, if you have something in your mind, you share it with the rest. Actually, I have even 3 books not published now.
Still in the pipeline.
They are there, waiting.
They are ready already.
If I get something, I can pay, and then they will be published because they need some work to be done so that they can.
What kind of books? What kind of books are you writing? For example, you have this one here. This is community development.
This is about community development. This one about governance.
The quest for
responsible governance
in South Sudan.
In South Sudan. That's what we fought for.
Mm-hmm.
The reason for fighting was
this here.
Is this one. That's why we fought. One, responsible governance. Mm-hmm. That's why we liberated this country, and SPLM liberated the country because of this.
These books. When did you produce these books specifically?
This one was produced 2003. Mm-hmm. At the time, I was still a student.
Yeah.
And this one I produced it in 2019. Mm-hmm. This one here is 2019. Mm-hmm. And this one I produced in 2020, I think. 2020.
Social legislation.
So this is a law. Something. This is a law book. This one 2021. 2021, and it's actually taught. It's one of the books, reference book at the university. And this one also is a reference book.
Introduction to Law.
Introduction to Law. This is the first book to be written in South Sudan.
In South Sudan.
This is the first book. This is the first attempt. And that's why I said some aspect of South Sudan's legal system. I'm hoping that the other writer will pick it up from there and the right volumes about this one. And again, I have a second edition. It's not published yet for this one. It will be published.
If you can share briefly about who is funding for the production of these books, and what are some of the challenges that you faced while developing these books?
Thank you for that good question. First of all, being a new nation, maybe some don't know the value of books, because this writing the ideas that make people to progress. As we're talking about either a vision. It's a vision that guides us, like a torch, seeing in the dark. So not easy to get somebody to fund you for this. So you must do it self-reliant. That's why I was saying I have 3 books. I'm still waiting until my financial situation improve. I pay. Not like in other countries. In other countries, you can have ideas, you can give it, can be published for you, or you can agree with the company to publish and then give you royalties. But it's not a business that for money for me. Mm-hmm. It is just a reflection of your ideas.
Your ideas on something.
To be recorded.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is your final message to the people of South Sudan in regards to the South Sudan Coat of Arms and your books?
Number 1, Coat of Arms is not mine now. Legally, it belongs to government of South Sudan. And I was just talking to you about it. It's just giving you the background. These are government things, and we must respect the laws. We must respect because it is organized by law and is protected by law. So it's not mine. It belongs to South Sudan government, people of South Sudan. My job is done when we are asked to apply and compete. And the government of South Sudan appointed the committee, the panel of judges, and they issue their verdict, their judgment. So it's owned by government of South Sudan. It is government of South Sudan now. If they want to acknowledge, it is up to them. If they don't want to acknowledge, it is up to them. So you cannot really fight for it. Because you did it, I feel good that this one is there. That's number 1. Number 2, my message to people of South Sudan that we need peace. All of us should rally behind peace. Peace is the basic law for progress. Stability is needed. No development will take off without stability. My call to those with different ideas, and those who are still fighting, to lay down their weapons and come to the negotiating table so that they can join in together. This country is a very beautiful, nice country, as a gift from God. We have wealth, raw material that need to be converted for the benefit of human beings in the country. We can support other countries not to be supported because we have a huge of wealth. And each one of us can have a house built. Each one, even any person is also, because what? It starts with water, it starts with the land itself, plus minerals, plus other things. So that one, respect to one another, and we need peace in this country, and respect to the law. No country progress without respecting the basic law. Law is what? Is but who we are. We agree, we say this one is bad, this one is good, and the bad one is punishable. Good one is appreciated, is rewarded.
Correct.
So if it is the case, then we need to respect the law. I still, sometimes I feel bad when you go around here, even when you go back there, I come worried until you reach home. Because the way people drive, violation, total violation, everywhere. What I was planning to do is to appreciate the contribution of all who contributed in different ways, in terms of coat of arms, including Solana himself. I appreciate him, his effort, and I thank him for that. I'm not denying that he didn't contribute. He did, but you cannot deny the right of others. It's not a just thing. The other one is the team, the judges, panel of judges. I appreciate them for their contribution because it is they who shape it to where it is. You have seen the first design that I presented to Sholane. So I appreciate them, I thank them for that. And also I thank you SSBC for coming and capturing this footage and what I'm saying. I thank you very much for that, and I thank also our leadership for trusting me and supporting me during that time. And they gave me the portfolio, the sensitive one. I did it according to the trust that was given to me, with all my heart, with my efforts, and we will become people of South Sudan as under our able leadership. President Salva Kiir is a very cool-hearted person. Has an immune system of resistance of difficulties, maneuverable thing. Other than that, it wouldn't become a country. He maneuvered with it until we reach the day of referendum and the day of independence. So I thank them so much for that, and I thank you very much.
Welcome.
God bless you, and I wish you all the best in 2023, and I wish our people the best in 2023, and I wish year of 2023 and beyond to be a year of peace and stability in South Sudan, so that we can join our hands together and work all of us together as one people, one nation.
We also thank you.
And one government. One government.
We also thank you for giving us your time to talk to SSBC.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Honorable Dr. Wek Mamer Kuol, thank you for talking to SSBC. Viewer, we have come to the end of this program. Thank you for watching. See you again next week for another exciting episode. Bye-bye.